One of the things that we start with, I think, really is training from the very beginning. And when we get to that point where a customer is purchasing a bus, and even as we're going through that process, we're talking about how to use the bus, how to maintain it. But really, as we're doing the exchange, we're delivering that bus to them. We want to spend a lot of time on that delivery, training not just the person that bought the bus, but find out, hey, who's going to be driving this bus? It's important, first of all, from a safety standpoint, to be able to really take the customer through blind spots, mirrors, those types of just what seems so simple, but people forget that those are just important factors in it, the safety. But not only that, it's then particularly if you get into the senior care markets where you have lift-equipped buses. And boy, there's a lot of safety pieces where you've got how to actually secure a person into their wheelchair properly and safely, how to operate the lift, what all that takes. So that's really kind of the beginning, and we give them a video that really explains, detailed explanation on how this operates as we go through it. We want them to go back later and actually look at those videos. But beyond that, one of the things that I think has been outstanding, Keith Campbell, one of the senior salespeople in Dallas, recently had a customer call him who's bought several buses from us over time. And of course, they have their drivers that change over time too, and they just kind of adapt to it and kind of get a half of a training session from somebody else that did it before, and it may not always be right. And so as he was talking to this customer, I realized well, you've changed over most of your drivers and yet have not really had a formal training. And so Keith took that opportunity to offer and did follow through with a training where he got all their drivers together at one time, and he was able to go through just almost as if you were doing an initial training process, from safety factors, from adjusting mirrors, from looking through blind spots, to how does all this tie in? How do we actually work with the lift? How does it operate safely? How do you put your clients on and off that bus safely, and how do you secure them safely? And to me, that's the going above and beyond that to me fits in along with the whole ride.
Our best salespeople at Alliance Bus Group stay in tune with all the products that the market can offer and keeps their customers informed about those products as well. They also have a firm understanding of the customer's vertical market and are able to talk about their business with them and how our business relates to their business. And I think being able to talk about a customer's business intelligently with them allows us to complete more sales and allows us to, give the customer all the information they need so they feel confident in their buying decision. I've seen a few bus deliveries where the salesperson goes into detail on how to use the restraint system, where the differential fluid goes, and I think it goes a long way to giving the customer the confidence they need on how to handle the bus. Additionally, I've also seen a salesperson offer that same service back at our office in a group setting for the customer's employees to make sure that they're properly informed on how to maintain the vehicle, how to use a wheelchair restraint system in a vehicle, and how to keep the vehicle in superb condition.
With ongoing training, I think after the sale, it's more of keeping the customer informed on any product recalls, any OEM issues that might arise, any service bulletins that we've been notified. I think it's crucial that we keep the customer in a loop on these. They come to us before the customer. Obviously, before the customer would see them, they would be in our hands. And I think we're compelled to forward these to them and discuss and engage the customer with these, whatever challenges they might be. The ongoing training is important because we as salespeople, we know it, we understand it, we get it. But the simple thing is operating a flip seat. I mean, we've all seen our customers struggle with that, and it's fun to laugh at them, but we really need to make sure that they know how to operate all the features of the vehicle, not only the wheelchair lift, but some of the simple things. It's important because some customers are intimidated by it.
Well, in selling buses, you are going to be married to that bus, and you should be married to that bus and to that customer for the life cycle of that bus. So when you're selling a bus to a child care center and it's being used 2,500 miles per year, that could be a 20-year life cycle. So the likelihood the customer's going to bring the bus into our shop for repairs or for service is pretty small. Because if you look at, for instance, Texas and our dealerships in Dallas, we're selling buses to Houston, to San Antonio, to Austin, to Oklahoma City. And so we may have some child care centers that are within a 20-mile radius, but most of them are going to be well outside of that. So it's incumbent upon the salesperson to provide customer service and warranty solutions, service solutions to the customer for years to come. And you have to be creative to do that. And it's not like you can necessarily plan to do that. You have to wait when you get that phone call and the customer saying, hey, this bus has a water leak and I need it fixed right now. And not only do I need it fixed right now, I need it fixed between 8 o'clock this morning when is my morning run and 2 o'clock in the afternoon when is our afternoon run. And I need it fixed on site right here. So, the fact that we have rental buses that we can use to substitute and pull their bus out of service, we can go out on site and pick it up, bring it into our service facility, or we can coordinate with other satellite service facilities that we've set up that are not necessarily, we don't own them, but we work with them, and we can work through them, give them product support, we can give them technical support, wiring schematics, whatever they may need, and then we integrate our service personnel as we see fit through the process. And between them and us, that's the challenge of working through the process, but it basically depends on if we do a good job at that, and if we exceed at that, when the opportunity arises, is whether or not we're going to sell that customer another bus, or whether or not we're going to do a referral from that customer. Well, there's lots of different types of training that we do. So when we deliver a bus to a customer, it's real important. The customer just bought a $50,000 bus, let's say, and it's real important that we deliver the bus to the customer, and then we train them on the operation and the maintenance of the bus when we deliver the bus. And then from there, as long as they own that bus, it's important that we reconnect to the customer periodically, maybe once a year, to talk to them about maybe new laws or new regulations that have come into play that have to do with the children that they're transporting. If laws have changed, what they can do to retrofit their bus to make them comply to the new laws. In some cases, laws or regulations that have come along that are forcing them to get out of their buses and purchase newer compliant buses. We offer training for CDL drivers, so as they own the bus and they hire more staff and more drivers and they need training for their CDL classes, we offer that as well.
Well, what we want to do for our customers with this is to help make sure that they are as prepared as they can be when it comes to the operation or maintenance of their vehicle. This is going to be critical in the safe operation of the vehicle, keeping the vehicle downtime to a minimum, as well as going along with the resale value and making sure the vehicle is properly cared for. So things that we have available for our customers might be CDL preparatory training classes, where we can take a particular customer type and help those customers, help their drivers get CDL classes. We're going to give them a preparatory class for them to go and get their commercial driver's license. Or other training programs might be new vehicle delivery in service, where either we go to the customer or the customer comes to us, and we train their personnel, whether it be their operators or their maintenance personnel, on a new vehicle being added to the fleet and the proper operation or the proper maintenance of that vehicle, helping our customers with maintenance interval schedules and items like wheelchair lift restraint, the proper use of those features in a vehicle, as well as the proper operation of the vehicle. Okay, so an example of this would be we have a customer in New Orleans, a transit agency that took delivery of a new fleet. It was 16 units that they added to their fleet, and this was their first units that came in with the new wheelchair. Let me think here. This is this was 403, 404 wheelchair compliant wheelchair lifts, and so they were having a lot of difficulties with the lifts not performing correctly because the new lift has a lot of safety features, and it requires adjustments to be made to keep it in optimum operating condition. And so the struggle was that the lifts kept breaking, when really there was a lack of training on their service personnel to do the regular routine adjustments necessary. And so we went in, we sent our representative in, we got factory representatives to come in, go onto their location and train them on the proper maintenance and care of their wheelchair lifts.